Alright, hello everybody. Let me just fix my webcam really quick. For some reason it was a little off kilter. Pull a little more to the right. Good afternoon, everybody. I just woke up only a couple hours ago, so my throat's a little fucked, but, you know, it's all good. That song was called Moa's Song, M. Alright. Everybody, if you're not watching it from the website already, what the fuck are you doing? Go to pigpuncher.com/live. You want to watch the stream here. This is where you want to watch it. You see we got like a cool chat and stuff. This is the chat that I'm going to be reading. It's just better in every way. It's going to be a better viewing experience, you know. It'll be a lot cooler, I promise. Just go to the website, okay? I promise. Why is Secular Talk in the recommended bar? I don't know why you would have Secular Talk there. Maybe to try to make people think he's actually a centrist? I don't fucking know. It was easy to log in. Just use your Google account or any other recommended. Yeah, I recommend using your Google account or your Discord. It's way easier if you want to log into the website. It's super easy to make an account and log in. But, oh yeah, if you're on mobile, you can't really use the website too easily. But I would also like to say, really quick before we get into it, because we are going to be dunking on Tim Pool today, which is always fun. Before we get into it, the subscribe system is up and running, everybody. If you are going to donate $5 or more, instead of donating, subscribe on the website. You can choose to make it recurring, or you can just have it be a one-time, 1-month donation. That will be, it'll be the equivalent of donating, except you get like a cool thing next to your name, and you get access to the official fan server. The fan Minecraft server and everything, and you'll get like a special rank in the Discord and stuff. So it's definitely recommended if you're going to donate $5 or more, whether it's through Super Chat or something, instead of doing that, it's just better for you if you instead subscribe for a month. And, you know, Bear Hospice, you're one of my subs. Good to see you here. So yeah, if you're gonna donate, and I know a lot of people do, just subscribe instead because it's just better. I'll keep this up on screen just in case anyone's curious on how it works. But yeah, let's get into it. We've got quite a few videos here. Now I'd like to start by saying Tim Pool is a journalist. He pretends like he is a centrist. He pretends. However, if you look at his videos, and this has always been the case for a long time, he is clearly not a centrist. All he does is upload right-wing propaganda. It's all he does. Oh, hello, Petit Pilled. Welcome to the stream. So if you look at his videos, do these sound like the videos of a centrist, someone who is center-left or claims to be? Donald Trump's approval rating just broke a record high. Democrats caught facilitating immigration fraud. Communists charged with felony. Democrats now actively assisting illegal immigration. Democrats demand prosecution over jokes. Ocasio-Cortez accused of lying about Border Patrol. Democrat calls for on tech giants to censor conservatives. Trump makes history in North Korea. Democrat far right makes push. Okay, so basically, it becomes very obvious here that he does nothing but deep throat Donald Trump's dick, his orange baby carrot looking dick, and shits on lefties. That's all he does. He's not a centrist. He's a conservative. I think we can all agree on that. Also, if you've just showed up on YouTube right now, make sure you come to the website and make an account and watch from pigpuncher.com/live. Keto Comic with the $5. Is that through Super Chat? Oh, no, that was just a normal $5 donation. Did you do that on purpose? Because I said to don't... Hold on, I'm checking my PayPal. If that was... Hold on, was that through Streamlabs just now? If that was a Streamlabs donation right now, I appreciate it. I really do. It was. Why not just subscribe? It's $5 to subscribe and you get like a cool thing next to your name. You just did that to troll me, didn't you? You just did that to troll me. But the subscriptions feature on the website is set up. It works now, okay? You guys can do it. You don't have to jump through any hoops like replacing URLs or anything. I got White Nervosa to fix it. So if you're going to do that, do that. All right? But let's find a video to dunk on Tim Pool for today. He did one on 3 Arrows, didn't he? Does anybody know which one is the 3 Arrows one? Oh, this one looks interesting. Exposing the motive behind media smears of YouTube. A warning to all YouTubers. The next great YouTube war is coming? Oh, God. Yeah, we're watching this one. Hold on. Oh, brother. Okay. This is the one we're starting with. So, this video is a month old. Which means that it's a little outdated. I get it. But this is around the Carlos Maza situation, I'm pretty sure, where this Vox journalist, this gay Latino Vox journalist, was being harassed by Steve Crowder. I shouldn't have to bring up the video. I think most say like fucking put a hypers in chat if you know what I'm talking about. If you saw the clip of fucking Steven Crowder. Oh, do we have a chud in chat? Plerome, are you a chud? You're saying harassed. It was absolutely harassment. He was like, it was pretty obvious what was going on there. You know what? YouTube chat is where the chuds can hang out. As long as they don't say any N-words or anything, you guys can stay there. I'll let the Nazis hang out in YouTube chat. I don't really read YouTube chat, so it's okay. However, if anybody in website chat, the chat of sorts, has a link to the video compilation of the shit that Steven Crowder was saying about Carlos Maza, then please send it and post it in the website chat because I want to bring that up. But Tim Pool, I love Tim Pool, and you know what? Fuck, I have to move my webcam for this. Everybody, can I get some hypers in chat for the Pig Puncher? Fucking... Okay. It's not perfect. It definitely isn't perfect. But we're going on the top right of the screen here. Because we have we have a problem here. Hold on. Where's the webcam itself? I'm gonna shrink it just a tiny bit. You know, this should do it. Boom. All right. That works. Is everyone cool with this? Is this good? This should be good. Okay. Oh yeah, someone found it. Here's the Crowder compilation. Awesome. Fuck. Hold on. Yeah, so this is for the people here who are new to the situation and don't know what Crowder was doing. Because a lot of people seem to be under the impression that all Steven Crowder was doing was just making some, little edgy jokes, you know? That was not the case at all. These were very targeted. I'm now an authoritarian fascist. I'm on the top right. Yeah, you got me. But yeah, we're... Let's continue.
Before we get to the video, with our favorite lispy sprite from Vox. It's ridiculous. It's bonkers. You're being given a free pass as a crappy writer because you're gay.
That center line on his little queer graph there. What is
well,
that
now
line?
the graph is queer?
Violence, filth.
Okay, so the little queer could eat his chips all nonchalantly. It's code for rape, Mr. Queer eating chips on the Vox channel. Chip, but you can eat just one, like dicks. This is what Mr. Gay Vox wants to do. Mr. Lispy Queer from Vox. What were you holding, Gay Latino from Vox? Even his hand movement and fast motion is gay. Now we're here with the short-haired angry lesbian on Skype. And cable news bitching. Two gay guys sitting there eating a banana. We get the symbolism there. The truth is hiding in a closet 2 weeks later, probably along to his next Pride Parade outfit. This guy on the gay semi-Latino Vox. Oh, okay, so you really are just an angry little queer. All right, I can't deal with this Sprite anymore. Okay, he just sachets across without, the gay Vox Sprite is wrong. Now he could be a tranny, Your Honor. How many lispy, angry Sprites and Vox sachet across your screen and try and tell you otherwise? Or you, by the way, the gay Mexican guy, the gay Latino V-neck. Gay Mexican, or Mexican gay guy.
Thank you for subbing, Carl. Here's where he gets into the slightly racist stuff.
I used to work Mexican gay Latino there at Vox. Gay Latino from Vox. The token Vox gay atheist Sprite with surprisingly flaccid chest considering how thin he is. It is very bizarre to me. Ad hominem, yes, but it was an addendum to fat.
Okay. I think we can confirm here that Steven Crowder was doing a little bit more than just making some jokes, alright? Those were pretty clearly aimed at him for being gay. Okay, Plerome, you're getting banned, buddy. Oh, buddy, you're gone. You're gone. Alright, so if you can watch that and say, I didn't see anything wrong with that, there's something wrong. That's all I'm going to say. There's something very, very wrong. Now, Tim Pool is about to defend it, and I had to put myself on the top right of the screen here, because Tim Pool does the same thing hold on. Tim Pool does the same thing I do, and he puts himself in the bottom left there, alright? So, I want you to look into Tim Pool's eyes, okay? As they light up with anger as he tells us why he's pissed off, because he gets really mad, and it's really funny. He's really, really angry when he does any video, and you're going to see it. It's really funny. So, Tim Pool and most of, the reactionary right on YouTube seem to have this idea that the mainstream social media companies, your Facebook, your YouTube, your Google, your fucking Twitter, all these companies have this insane leftist bias, and they use their terms of service as a way of silencing and censoring conservatives. That's obviously not the case. They have a very reasonable set of guidelines, usually, that you have to follow in order to use the platform, to continue to use the platform that they give you. Hitman with the £5. Is Tim Pool the greatest grifter of all chuds? And if not, who is? Really love your streams. Thank you for the €5 or pounds, whatever they are. Really would have preferred if you subbed on the website, but thank you nonetheless for the donation. I really appreciate it. I don't think he's the greatest of them all. However, I don't know, because he's pretty up there. I would say Steven Crowder is probably one of the bigger ones, because he's way more successful than fucking Tim Pool. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. We'll have to watch a lot more chuds on YouTube before we can come to a steady decision on that one. But I appreciate the donation. Thank you. But let's start this video. Basically, they've been LARPing it up like there's some sort of like war coming, like the war between the leftist corporations and the reasonable reactionary right-wing creators. That seems to be what they're leaning for. All right, let's watch.
Over the past couple of weeks, we've been embroiled in a media battle. The Vox adpocalypse hit, historical channels, independent creators, journalists, all being purged from the YouTube Partner Program. This is, I wouldn't call it a concerted effort necessarily or a conspiracy or anything like that. I don't believe there's a group of people at media twirling their mustaches saying, let's all do this. But it is...
Then why do you say there is all the time? And why is the way that you present this in a way of there's like a war? That's how he presents it constantly. It's how he does it. So you may understand why I have an issue with Steven Crowder claiming he's not like LARPing some shit like this, when at the same time, he is. He's lying about what he just said there, is what I'm saying. What he just said there was a lie.
The dominoes falling...
Wait, did somebody say Matt the Brawler? Hold on. Someone named Matt the Brawler in chat just said, it's not letting me sub? Matt the Brawler, why won't it let you sub on the website? Here, Bear Hospice, keep me caught up on what's going on there. I want to see if there's an issue going on. I'm gonna have to let White Nervosa know. It gives you a black page. Really? Hold on. I'm gonna test it on my other screen. I'll like try testing doing a tier 1 sub. I'll do like meme. Securely logging you in. No, it should be fine. It took me straight to PayPal. It might be just an issue on your end. I'm not sure. If someone else tries to sub and it doesn't work, then let me know. Pig Puncher is a filthy capitalist giving himself money. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. It's after the PayPal thing? Huh. Try reloading the site, Matt the Brawler. That might do it. Alright, let's continue. We'll do another Geeks and Gamers video at some point.
Over exactly as you could predict. The media is dying. And I've said...
Not really. Hold on. Well, I mean it is, but not in the way that what you're getting at isn't true. I'll get to what he's trying to say here. Matt the Brawler. Yeah. Try using a different browser, maybe. What the main argument is, and I hear this from a lot of PewDiePie fans who claim that PewDiePie, like the articles that were made on PewDiePie when he did like the Nazi shit, like recommending ER, saying the N-word on stream, the kill all Jews thing for the for Fiverr. A lot of his fans and those that defend him, they even like other YouTubers, they make the claim that there's a war against YouTube media, against independent creators being fought by or being perpetuated by the large media companies like your Fox News, your CNN. They don't talk about Fox News as much because that's right-wing. Wall Street Journal saying these companies are dying, and so they're trying to kill YouTube in order to eliminate as a way of eliminating their competition. Now, this makes zero sense, mostly because the people who are going to be reading or watching CNN, watching Fox News, reading the Wall Street Journal, aren't exactly the people who are going to be watching YouTube. Very different demographics here, all right? Now, sure, when the boomers die off, eventually these mainstreams outlets are going to die out. Like you're going to see a lot of printed news dying out. People are going to stop using it when the boomers die out. Everything's going to move to digital. I'm of the opinion that by the time I'm 30, maybe 40, paper won't be being produced anymore. Either because we have no trees or because it's just redundant now. So what Tim Pool is getting at here is that there is a fight for relevance happening, and that Vox, being a more classically leaning news organization is trying to fight the more new stuff, basically, and it, like, you know, YouTube and whatnot, in order to preserve themselves. Can't wait to see newspapers go extinct. Yeah, they should be. We shouldn't be making paper anymore. We're fucking destroying the forests, the rainforests and shit. All right, let's continue. Also, Petite Pill, you should come to my website, pigpuncher.com/live. Make an account there. Use the chat there. It's way better, and I'll probably see your messages more. All right, let's go.
Said this over and over again. As they drown, they become violent and thrash about and grasp for whatever they can. People in media know they can target independent creators individually because we're weak as individuals.
That's not what's going on here. This is some conspiracy theory level bullshit, all right? That's not what's happening here, okay? There is not... Okay, so can we go over... Wait, hold on. Let's go over this really quick.
Or conspiracy or anything like that. I don't believe there's a group of
Hold
people...
on.
I wouldn't call it a concerted effort necessarily or a conspiracy or anything like that. I don't believe there's a group of people at media twirling their mustaches saying, let's all do this. But it is the dominoes falling over exactly as you could predict. The media is dying. And I've said this over and over again. As they drown, they become violent and thrash about and grasp for whatever they can. People in media know they can target independent creators individually because we're weak as individuals.
I don't think there's some kind of conspiracy where individuals are twirling their mustaches planning to take down individual creators. However, as they die out and they fall down, what naturally happens is they plot and they take down individual creators because they're weaker as individuals. Welcome Hitman68E and Petite Pill to the chat, or to the Chad chat. The website chat is the Chad chat. The YouTube chat is the Chud chat. Now, he's just contradicted himself, all right? He claims that he doesn't think there's some sort of conspiracy. Clearly, there is now. Okay. Tim Pool's a little quiet now? Okay, I'll turn him up. All right, let's go.
It's easy to take down YouTube when you point to one guy like Steven Crowder. In the past couple...
Doesn't Steven Crowder have a show on the Blaze TV, and YouTube is like where they upload some of his like takes and stuff, like some of his like highlights and stuff? Like, if you deleted Steven Crowder's YouTube channel, I feel like he's probably going to be okay. He's still got his Blaze TV show. I'm pretty sure he'd be fine. Crowder takes heaps of corporate money. You're right about that too.
Couple of days.
I know, right? YouTube chat. Come to the website, pigpuncher.com/live. Do it. Become a Chad. Don't be a Chud. All right.
We saw a smear on the front page of the New York Times.
A smear. Oh, I love it when they bring this up. I was interviewed for this fucking article. That's my favorite part. I was interviewed for it. So he did a video. The very first video on Tim Pool I've ever covered was on the article I was interviewed for by Kevin Roos, the writer of the article. I can actually go into my DMs right fucking now. Right now. Where is he? Where's my boy Kevin Roos? Right here. This is the writer of the article that they're all so triggered about. So, he says hello. I say, hello, thanks for contacting me. I'm sorry if I'm late replying. I've had a busy day. Like I said, just basically a conversation. He says, great, can I call sometime tomorrow? You're willing to be interviewed under your name. And I basically say I don't want to get doxxed and all that, so I say I'm not going to use my real name. And I ask him, last stream on May 17th is when we originally did this. Or no, it was on June 18th, sorry. I'm watching, so I asked, hey, I just wanted to ask, have you seen the video Tim Pool made on your article? He said, which one? I think he made a couple. I said, I'm watching the one about Philip DeFranco, because there was a glitch where Philip DeFranco was appearing on the cover of the article, and his image didn't disappear. And so people thought that like, Kevin Roos and New York Times were slandering Philip DeFranco as being like far right and radicalizing people. It was literally just a glitch that Tim Pool and even Philip DeFranco were bitching about incessantly for literal days. And And so I say, from what I can tell, the article glitched and his picture disappeared last. From my talks with you and Caleb, which is Faraday Speaks, Caleb is Faraday, I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional, but I wanted to ask, since Tim is saying some pretty dumb stuff, and he said not intentional at all. In fact, it was set to disappear in random order, but we changed it, so now he's one of the first to disappear. So the original design for the article, I could bring up the article right now, but fuck it, we'll hold on. If you bring up the New York Times article, the way it's laid out is you have the text talking about what's going on, and then you have a bunch of images. And here we have Philip DeFranco. The idea is that, like, you may watch a video on any subject on YouTube. And unfortunately, due to the way the YouTube algorithm works, you're going to find yourself going down a rabbit hole of recommended videos and auto-played videos that are going to lead you to some really fucked up shit. So you might watch something completely harmless, like a Philip DeFranco video. And maybe he does a video about a certain topic. And then who else does a video about that topic? Maybe Jordan Peterson talked about that topic. And then maybe Gavin McInnes, the leader of the Proud Boys, talked about that. Maybe Stefan Molyneux, a white nationalist, or Lauren Southern, another white nationalist. Maybe Milo Yiannopoulos, another white nationalist. Computing Forever, another white nationalist. There's quite a few white nationalists here. You might watch something on just a average, normal topic, and as you watch, the YouTube recommended is going to send you down the rabbit hole of more reactionary right-wing stuff. And as you can see, now they've made it so that the last few people to disappear are, like, serious white nationalists. You got Alex Jones, Stefan Molyneux, Lauren Southern, Stefan Molyneux again, and Milo. Before, the way that it disappeared, though, wasn't in order of, like, least radical to most radical. It was random. Like, it was just to look cool. It was like a random disappearing of words, right? But now they've made it so they disappear in order. It was literally just a visual glitch that happened with a pretty experimental design, I'd say, for an article like this. Like, this is pretty interesting. Clyde, technically, Alex Jones claimed in court that he's a character, but people don't consume his content like he's a character, so it doesn't fucking matter. If people take Alex Jones seriously, it doesn't matter if he's a character or not. So, yeah, basically they got super triggered over this. It was a glitch, and Tim Pool got more triggered than anyone, except for maybe, and then Kevin Roos, the writer of the article, confirmed it. So I don't know what to say. Chat. Seems like Tim Pool might just be a stupid asshole who wants to get mad about literally nothing.
You may be a regular YouTuber, like, in terms of entertainment content, wondering, why do I care what you say, Tim? Let me tell you.
You shouldn't care what Tim Pool says. He's an idiot.
Vox Adpocalypse hit people who were just journalists. The New York Times running a front-page smear against all of YouTube. Make no...
No, that's not what they did. He's so mad about literally nothing. He's very angry. Okay, so the way that YouTube is working right now, the way these adpocalypses go down, and I said it in yesterday's video because we covered a PragerU video on this, YouTube wants to stay very milquetoast and digestible to anybody, especially advertisers. YouTube is run by Google. Google is a company, a corporation whose job is to make money. So they will ban anyone who is controversial and gets in the way of making them more money, if not at least demonetize them. Whatever they can do to keep the advertisers around. So it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. If you are talking about topics constantly that are very controversial, that scare advertisers away, they will demonetize you. If you're talking about Holocaust denial, and you're a Holocaust denier, and you're talking about Holocaust denial, and you're a historian proving the Holocaust happened, you're going to be hit equally by the adpocalypse because you're talking about the Holocaust. The YouTube algorithm can't see either side of the fucking coin. You shouldn't be mad at the news outlets covering these things, Tim Pool. You should be mad at the corporations who are making this an issue. You should be mad at capitalism. Maybe? Am I overstepping my bounds here? Because if you really go back far enough with these adpocalypse and what's going on here, it's really capitalism causing these. It's all happening to make more money. It's capitalism. If capitalism was not the main economic system of the world, or most countries where YouTube is popular, I don't think you would see so many of these things going down. Holocaust denial is a thing? Yes, it's a huge thing, especially on YouTube. Yeah, Twitch is another story. They usually don't talk about Twitch. Twitch usually has like an actual person go in and scan over what's going on to make sure that you're not doing some fucked up shit. They like Twitch has a different way of doing things than YouTube. AIDS denialism is a thing? I don't know about that one, Chief. I haven't seen anything about that. Let's continue.
No mistake.
Also, if you hear my stomach rumbling, it's because I have not eaten today and I'm very hungry. Can't log in on my account on the website on mobile. Does it not work? The website on mobile doesn't really work. I'm sorry about that. It's okay. It's okay somehow every username I want is taken. God, your name's so fucking long.
It will come for you, and I've got evidence stacked up to show you exactly how and why. Steven Crowder tweeted this: Vox is already pushing the New York Times hit piece that falsely smeared YouTubers like...
Oh my god, they keep calling it a hit piece. It really warms my heart that I was part of that article. That I contributed to the creation of it. It warms my heart because in a way, it's like, spiritually speaking, I've spat right in Tim Pool's face. Crowder has definitely dabbled in AIDS denialism. Really? Well, welcome to the stream, Vadim. Vadim, you should come to the Chad chat on my website, pigpuncher.com/live, and not the Chud chat on YouTube. Just saying. You're in the Chud chat right now. The YouTube chat's the Chud chat. Pigpuncher.com/live chat is where the Chads are. So you should come here. You belong on the Chad chat. All right, let's go.
Like Philip DeFranco, Joe Rogan, and Jordan Peterson as alt-right. Massive media company...
Nope. They never claimed that. Someone didn't read the article. A lot of people didn't read the article. Philip DeFranco didn't read the article, which is why I don't watch Philip DeFranco anymore, because after how mad he got from that article, when I literally was a part of it and know what it was about, makes it very clear he didn't read it. Philip DeFranco is not a trustworthy news source. I'm convinced of that now. After he got so mad over literally nothing. Something that he should have been able, if he had more than 3 brain cells, been able to figure out was a glitch. Repeat it one more time, pigpuncher.com/live. Yeah, I'll just show you. I'm going to post it in the hold on. I'll just put the link in chat right now. For anybody in YouTube chat, click on that link, come to pigpuncher.com, way better in just literally every way. It's just, the website's so much cooler. All right. Yeah, I love how so many of these people who come off as being reasonable are really unreasonable, and they get, pissed off at, literally nothing. I think Jeff Holiday has a video about Crowder's AIDS denialism. Okay, I'll have to check that out. My only objection to the article is MSM's obvious bias against online platforms and news journalism because it's direct revenue competition. Bro Jelly, I get that it seems that way. It seems like it would make a lot of sense. It really does, but you have to consider the fact that these mainstream media outlets don't have the same target demographic as YouTube. YouTube is mostly watched by teens and people in their 20s. That's not who's going to be reading MSM, whether YouTube existed or not. I think that the MSM people, people in mainstream media, are smart enough to realize that the New York Times audience and the Steven Crowder and Philip DeFranco audience are two very different people. There's not really a fight over demographics here. I know it seems like there is, but there just isn't. It just doesn't make any sense that they would think this. I feel like they're smarter than that. Now, sure, they may have a bias against them because they don't take them seriously, but if they didn't take them seriously, why would they see them as a threat?
Companies continue their campaign to smear and silence independent creators. We've got a couple things happening here. The first, these media companies get salaries. They make ad revenue. YouTube is taking away a lot of the ad revenue from these companies.
YouTube is taking away the Hello, Vadim. So yeah, he basically said that AIDS wasn't a big deal because only gays died from it, and it was therefore a sensationalized epidemic. Yeah, okay. Okay. So AIDS isn't a big deal because it massively affects the LGBT community, and Steven Crowder thinks it's not a big... Yeah, because Steven Crowder wants all the gays to die from AIDS, of course. Okay. Makes sense. We already knew Steven Crowder was a homophobe, so I'm not surprised. One, there's people of all ages that watch YouTube. Second, there are advertisers that read the Wall Street Journal, and they're trying to scare away. Sure, that may be the outcome. There is overlap. It's pretty small though. Now, the problem here is you shouldn't be criticizing the mainstream media though. You don't want to try to silence the media. All right? You want to criticize the economic system that incentivizes the companies to pull their ads from YouTube. It's capitalism that you should have a problem with. Go back far enough, and you're going to find out it all leads back to capitalism. Most of the problems these people are complaining about, they're all incentivized by capitalism. I hate to say it, but yeah. Some say I'm creationist cat, but that's just a conspiracy theory. Yeah, duh, yeah. You're Vadim. Creationist cat's a whole different person. Jado said with the $5 says half an hour into the stream it mentions website no good on mobile. All this time I was thinking it was me. Oh yeah, no, thank you for the $5, but yeah, it's a mobile thing. It's a mobile thing. Am I a capitalist? No. Well, in the sense that I believe in capitalism, no. I'm very critical of capitalism and I want it abolished. However, I have to be a capitalist in a capitalist system until I am at the point where I can assist in the destruction of capitalism as a whole. So in a capitalist system, you have to be. Unfortunately, it sucks, but yeah, like you can't just not get a job. You'll fucking starve to death. That's why capitalism is so shitty. You either join capitalism and take part, or you fucking starve to death. Fucking fantastic. Let's continue.
Viewership is switching to mobile and to digital. Old school advertisements don't work anymore, and the media industry is collapsing, layoff after layoff.
Sure. Don't you think it's because the boomers are dying? MSM, the mainstream media, can and are switching to the digital stuff. You know, they're making YouTube channels. They're coming to YouTube. Something that... Doesn't that piss you off, Tim Pool? Well, aren't you one of the people that gets triggered when you see, like, a mainstream news person or channel having a YouTube channel? Because I'd like to point out, CNN, New York Times, Vox, they have YouTube channels with a lot of subs and a lot of viewership. You would think that if they wanted to take down YouTube, wouldn't it be in their worst interest? I don't know. Seems like that conspiracy that you're literally peddling right now doesn't exist.
Over and over again. Don't take my word for it. HBO just canceled Vice News tonight. It is not going to survive, and I assure you, they're going to turn around and come.
Vice has a YouTube channel that undoubtedly probably does way better. Also, I like how the only reason he covered this is because, Vice is going down for covering the Unite the Right rally. Fuck yeah. Because, you know, Tim Pool's a Nazi. Wait, I thought Vice was one of the people going after channel creators, though? Vice is massive. Doesn't matter if HBO canceled them. They have a massive online and YouTube presence. So this literally isn't a point. And like, oh, Vice is dying. Ho. Yeah, proof right there when it's literally not. Like, let's fucking look at Vice. Hold on. Let's look at Vice's YouTube channel. Vice is doing pretty well. Let's look at Vice's YouTube channel. 11.4 million subscribers.
I thought it sucked.
Literally way more viewership than Tim and way more subs than Tim. Just like to point that out, you know. Let's see. They're getting some pretty decent viewership. Their uploads are doing pretty damn good. Better than Tim Pool's, actually. This video is like almost a month old, only has nearly 200k views, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But Vice is pulling that many views in 4 days. So Vice is doing just fine. This isn't like an example of like mainstream media dying out. They're just gonna switch to YouTube. They're gonna join the platform. They're gonna switch to virtual media. They don't have to be on TV. They don't need to do print media. They're smart enough to know it's dying out. They can adapt. They did it. They did it when fucking print became a thing. They did it when radio became a thing. They did it when TV became a thing. Now they're gonna do it now that virtual shit's becoming a thing. They've done it throughout history. It's not going to die out. It didn't die out when the radio became a thing. It didn't die out when TV became a thing. Why is Tim Pool so mad? The market evolves? Yeah, that's it, the market evolves. That's how it works. Tim Pool is just an angry little man. He's a very small man, by the way, and he's very angry. And he has a very bald head. As a matter of fact, that picture of Tim Pool in my thumbnail, I'd like to point out, a lot of people say, oh my god, this picture of Tim Pool, this is what he looks like without his hat on. No. This is actually what he looks like once you've cut open his skull. That's his brain. This is what his brain looks like. That's his brain sticking out of his head. It's that smooth. I think Tim Pool's pretty short. I think he's probably pretty fucking short. Like, hold on, can we get a picture of Tim Pool? He seems like a short guy. How high is he? How high is he? How high? 5'10"? I'm taller than him. All right, so he's not like, he's average height, but I'm taller than him, so I can call him short. No, this is what Tim's brain looks like. That's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good meme. That's a good one, Vadim. Alrighty. That's a good one. You're 5'6", Bakura? I still love you, and you're awesome. However, I'm taller than Tim Pool, so I can call him short. That's the whole point of that.
News tonight. It is not going to survive, and I
It is. You are doing worse than them, alright? That's all I'm going to say.
assure you, they're going to turn around and come for all of us. Don't take my word for it. Let me show. Actually, this is my word, but let me show you some evidence.
He contradicts himself constantly. Didn't he work for Vice? Then he must be lying then. He's either stupid or a bad faith actor, because he must know that Vice would just switch to YouTube and is doing just fine. Oh, brother. Jado with the $2 says, by the way, Crowder is an effing fig. The shirt says figs, chat. I don't know what to say. The shirt says figs, obviously.
I tweeted this. Don't you see how the game is played yet? Media today is not seeking to inform, they are seeking to destroy for political ends.
Didn't he start this video by saying he's not a conspiracy theorist? I'm exactly 6 feet tall, wonderful wizard. I am just at 6 feet. I am exactly 6 feet tall. Take my word for it. Let's continue.
Take a look at this Google search I pulled up. I Google searched natural news. I don't know too much about natural news. From what I understand, they're a bit off their rocker, not a big fan. That's not the point. The point is, 2 days ago, the Daily Beast wrote how natural news became a conspiracy hub. And then yesterday...
The Daily Beast? Wait, is the Daily Beast... Hold on, let's look at the Daily Beast. Because he's using these as like an example. I'm pretty sure this is... Let's see. That looks like a tabloid. Let's just see what their media bias fact check is. No. We want to go to the media bias fact check website. Pretty left wing. Okay, cool. Comes off as a tabloid though, so I wouldn't use it as a source. It's not fantastic, but they're all right. I don't know. Like, no matter what leaning a website has, if it comes off as being really tabloidy, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of like tabloidy fucking news sources. I don't know why. I like it when it's like very basic. ContraPoints is a gloriously tall person. I would like ContraPoints to pick me up and walk down the beach with me in her arms. That would be great.
Yesterday, Facebook removes conspiracy site Natural News. Like clockwork.
Wait, what? Hold on, let's rewind. I want to see what this point was, because this wasn't a point, but...
Going to survive, and I assure you, they're going to turn around and come for all of us. Don't take my word for it. Let me show. Actually, this is my word, but let me show you some evidence. I tweeted this. Don't you see how the game is played yet? Media today is not seeking to inform, they are seeking to destroy for political ends. Take a look at this Google search I pulled up. I Google searched natural news. I don't know too much about natural news. From what I understand, they're a bit off their rocker, not a big fan. That's not the point. The point is, 2 days ago, the Daily Beast wrote how natural news became a conspiracy hub. And then yesterday, Facebook removes conspiracy site Natural News.
The Daily Beast covers covers Facebook conspiracy site, and then Facebook removed it 2 days later. Right there. Proof that the media is taking down a fucking... Is this a point? Hold on. For starters, I do want Facebook taking down like far right conspiracy shit. However, what was it called? What was the name of it? It was the Natural News. Let's look up what Natural News is. Let's see what it is. Hold on. So Tim Pool is complaining about literal fake news getting banned on Facebook. Okay. All right, Tim Pool. I see where you're I know what you're getting at here, buddy.
Like clockwork.
Natural News is straight up paranoid anti-vax garbage. Oh yeah, I honestly think that anti-vaxxing parents should probably have their children taken away from them. So yeah, I have no issue with this. Also, it's getting really hot in my room. I'm gonna turn on the air conditioner, guys. If it's too loud, please tell me. If you can hear it and it's like too loud, please tell me. He says he's not a conspiracy theorist, yet he's great friends with people like Mike Cernovich and Luke Rudowski, one of the worst conspiracy theorists out there. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, this guy is fucked, yeah. Pig, get a mini fan? I do have a fan, but this is like a full-on air conditioner. Now, I would like to... Maybe I could cover it. Can you guys hear that? Hopefully it's not too loud. I could cover it with like an air... With like a blanket or something, and it wouldn't be... It's not bad? Okay. As long as it's... Okay. Kelly Miller, you've never been vaccinated? You need to get vaccinated. Unless there's like a health reason, like a specific... health reason why you can't, then you need to do it. I'm just gonna get the room cool, because after a while it gets really hot in here. I live in Florida. It's like, how hot is it here right now? Hold on. How hot is Tampa, Florida today? I live near Tampa, not in Tampa. Don't dox me. It's 84 degrees right now, but it's been raining. Okay, so not too hot out. Oh no, wait, never mind. Oh god, it's supposed to get hot. It's going to be 90 on Saturday and Sunday. Oh boy. But yeah, it's kind of hot. I have no air conditioning in my house, so let's go.
How about this story? Chase withdrew services to conservative business 1 day after Slate reporters' query. Was the Slate...
You mean the bank that's a private company that can decide whether or not they want to give them access? Sure, okay. Yeah, no issue with that. Private company. Private companies are allowed to do that. Aren't you all about capitalism and you know, rights? You know, Tim? Wouldn't you be in favor of that? Just seems you're being a little hypocritical. I'm in Texas. I feel you. God, Texas has got to be bad. Arizona or Phoenix, like, yeah, Phoenix, Arizona is probably like hell right now. How dare a private company not do what I want? Yeah. Tampa, Florida, the home of death metal? Really? Is it really? I don't know. Florida man destroys right wing. I gotta name a video like that
Late
sometime.
reporter seeking to inform the public? Or was she seeking to destroy a political rival? I'm highlighting these two things because there's an overlap. I tweeted, I warned the media would become increasingly unhinged as they struggle and collapse.
How does he still claim not to be a conspiracy theorist? Also, you know, I should probably give Vadim... Hold on. You know what, because I don't know why it's not working, but, hold on, let me do this really quick. You guys are going to get to see the behind the scenes here. There's Vadim. I'm gonna give him notable, or is there a flare that's notable? Yeah, I'm gonna give Vadim the notable flare. Alright. I'll give him mod too. Just so he pops out a bit more. Hopefully that'll work. So next time you type Vadim, hopefully it'll pop up as you having like the little notable flare next to your thing. Yep, you do. Cool. You got it. Nice. There we go. You got the notable thing. Alright, Tim. God, Tim Pool's videos are really boring. I find it kind of boring.
Many have warned.
Oh, nice, Vadim. Do you live in Florida, or do you live in, like, Georgia or something? We can do a collab.
With 2020 coming up, they will do everything they can to stop opposition rhetoric.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Florida. I'm actually doing a I'm gonna be doing an IRL live stream on my 20th birthday, which is on the 27th. Exactly 20 days away is my 20th birthday, and I'm going to be doing a IRL stream where I'll be camping on some islands not off the coast, but in the bay of Clearwater. Gonna be camping there and live and IRL streaming from there on my birthday. It'll be a pretty fun stream. I'm gonna start like probably a week beforehand. I'm gonna start asking for like questions by people. Well, more likely a shark than a gator. And I'm gonna like try to get them all out so I can just answer a bunch of questions there. Yeah, I live closer to Tampa than Clearwater, but Clearwater and Tampa are basically like the same place. So you cross one bridge. You cross the Skyway and you're basically there. Oh yeah, I'm down for like to hang out, Vadim. Yeah. What's the biggest YouTuber I've met in person? Does anyone know who Dylan? Because when I was 16 years old, I was a lifeguard at a a spring called Weeki Wachee Springs State Park, and there was a pretty big YouTuber that I ran into there. He said, "Hey, do you watch my YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't." But his name's Dylan Dozat. Yeah, he's got 700k subs. I met this guy in real life. I was a lifeguard at Weeki Wachee Springs State Park, and he went there, and I ran into him at the top of the slide when I was lifeguarding. He's got 700k subs. He pulls some decent viewership, yeah. Huh, okay. Yeah, he was a cool dude, but this is him. I met him in real life. Biggest public figure I've ever met in my life, besides a couple of football players for the Bucks. Why can't we say cracker? Is cracker banned? I mean, I'd rather stay away from any type of, like, racial memes, but I personally find, like, the white jokes funny. Hey, Pig, joined the website, but can't do the chat via mobile. On my way back to Tennessee from Sarasota, Florida. Sarasota is very pretty, Keto Comic. Hopefully you enjoyed your time there. Ariel Fernandez with the $2 says, United Socialist States of America and United and Freed. Good meme. Alright, let's continue. If your birth year isn't a 00, you're not as cool as me. My birth year is a 99, okay?
And of course, here's the story.
Oh, God, my stomach rumbling. It won't let you subscribe either? Hold on. God, okay. White Nerbosa. White Nerbosa. People... So the problem is I can't test it because when I try to get to the PayPal thing, it says you can't, subscribe to yourself, So I can't test it myself. All right, let's continue.
Facebook suspends Natural News founder calls for President Trump to use military against tech giants. Well, I don't know.
Natural News is a conspiracy theory, literal fake news piece of shit thing that when they got banned, the fucking founder was like, hey, President Trump, you should use the military to kill all of the big tech companies. And Tim Pool's defending this. Really? Atheist Rationale, I gotta give you notable too, because you deserve it. You deserve it. You get the... You can have it, alright? Hey, fuck. I guess Darkosaurus and Bear Hospice, if you remember how to get people to sub, or how you were able to get people through the thing to sub yesterday, then if you could get that fixed, I would. If you could like tell people how to do it or put the link, I would appreciate it, because it's stupid. Hold on. Yeah, Atheist Rationale. Are you? I'm gonna stretch this to 200. It's a little weird how this works. I wish there was like a drop down I could do just by right clicking or clicking on a name, but sadly, website doesn't quite work like that. I'm just gonna search Atheist Rationale. No, okay. Hold on. What's your name? Yeah, no, that should be popping up. What the fuck? Okay, guess that doesn't work. Oh, right. Go through the subscription all the way to where it gives you an error and Vosh's channel. In the hotbar, change it from vosh.gg to pigpuncher.com. Okay, guys. What Darkosaurus just posted in chat. If you want to subscribe on the website, do what he just said, okay? Or they or she. I don't know. Darkosaurus. Pretty ambiguous name, but, you know. Okay, so on the screen after the PayPal, just put in pigpuncher.com instead. Okay, cool. Yay! Anaya sucks. It worked. With the tier 1 subscription said, take my money or else. Also, when are we going to get the emote of you and your rifle? I haven't forgotten. Eventually. There will be an emote of me holding a gun. I just don't want people to say that I don't want it to be the next Destiny holding the pistol up to the screen. But thank you for the tier 1 subscription on the website. Glad to see it works through that. Give one to TMM2. To TMM? Who? The Trans Menace? Or TMM? Who is TMM? Hold on, what? Really quick, though, I gotta find the Atheist Rationale on here. A user called TMM. He's a great YouTuber? Okay. There. Okay, here he is. Let's see. Flares. Notable. Yeet. Alright, and we'll go back. Let's see. Atheist Rationale. Pretty sure Atheist Rationale is a pretty new user on the website, so he should be on here somewhere. You know what? I'm going to do that off screen. Oh, well. I'll do that off screen, okay? I promise.
Who this guy is or what his deal is. But I can say the smears are coming. They're going to get worse. They will take anything you say out of context.
Hello,
they will pull up your arc.
Well, and I should bring up your YouTube channel, because I think I've heard of you, but I don't know if I've watched your stuff. Is this you? Hold on. Pigpuncher is a great... Wait, Pigpuncher is a great heavy metal band name? Yeah, it would be. Pigpuncher thought someone would call me notable. You are notable, the Trans Menace. No, that's not him. No. Someone send me TMM's channel really quick then. First one to do it. Look up the... Oh. Okay, yeah, I've heard of your channel. Hey man, I'll drop you a sub. Hell yeah. I gotta watch your stuff. Wait, I had this video in my recommended right before I started the stream. Nice. I'm gonna watch that later. Well, thank you for checking out my stream. I appreciate it. Alright. Let's get back to the dim fool that is Tim Pool. God, I'm a lyrical genius.
Archives from years ago to prove something is wrong with you. It's one of the biggest dangers of YouTube, is that YouTube bends over backwards to these people.
They bend over backwards to the corporations that give them money, not to the media. How can you be so stupid? How can you not understand how fucking companies work? How old is Tim Pool? Hold on a second. Hold on. How old is he? This man is 33 years old. And I'm a 19-year-old. I'm a fucking teenager, and I'm smarter than him. How does it feel to be dumber than a teenager, Tim Pool? Deadass. Dumber than a fucking teenager. Holy shit. How do I understand how media and companies work and their incentives better than a 33-year-old person who was part of these media companies, who worked at Vice? No wonder he's not working at Vice anymore. He must have been fired. Oh shit, Pump Action Musket, the first ever Tier 2 subscriber, says, "Hey Pig, it's so wonderful watching your channel grow. Before the end of the stream, can we watch this Fox News clip? You most definitely won't regret it." Yeah, just send it to me, because you got the thing by your name now. Am I going to go on the Codcast sometime? Yeah, probably, yeah. Dusty's said he's probably going to have me on there sometime. The weird thing is, he actually did some decent work before he sold out. Really interesting. I mean, yeah, he is a sellout, so there's that. Kind of says the Yogscast. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, and it's kind of weird because there's like a bit of like a controversy happening with the Yogscast right now because one of the members named Calf had like a bit of a sexual harassment kind of thing that just happened, a sexual exploit thing. But the Yogscast, ever since I was 11 years old, it's been my dream to join the Yogscast. And when I get big enough, when they're willing to accept me there, I will yeet my ass to the UK and fucking work at Yog Towers and become a member of the Yogscast. It has been my fucking dream. Tank Swift with the $2 says, "Tim Pool speaks like the robot from Power Rangers." You're not wrong, but hold on. I mean, hold on. Hold on. Fuck. Where is it?
To talk about the NBA Finals, it's LeBron, Steph, it's KD and the crew. KD had some choice words to say about himself more so than anything else. We'll analyze that. We'll get into the national anthem protest with Colin Kaepernick because somebody else has spoken out. And of course, a burner account issue.
Wait for it.
Potentially.
Wait for it.
In the
oh, thanks
NBA
for coming, Vadim. Sorry, I didn't see your message.
Going after players, coaches,
Wait
his
for
own
it.
team, his contemporaries, adversaries. The list goes on
Wait,
and on.
does he say it in this one?
Stephen A. Smith plus Marcus and Radio.
Wait, does he say it in this one? This isn't the clip. Oh fuck, it's him, but this isn't the clip. All right, this is it. This is it.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
I really like that one. Tim Pool donated $1 and says, "Please stop making fun of me, especially my bald head. It makes me sensitive." Thank you so much for the $1, Tim Pool. Thank you. I'll be sure not to make fun of you anymore. I'm very sorry. I'm a shill for money, so I'll stop now. Let's continue.
In the original, in the New York Times hit piece, we noticed something really
Why
interesting.
do you keep saying hit piece, you fucking dumbass? Hold on, it's cool enough in here. I can turn off the air conditioning now. God, he's so stupid. Why does he keep saying it's a hit piece? It's really just, it's just not. It's just not a hit piece.
They claimed that it was radicalizing someone to the right. But interestingly, they included this timeline, which shows he started out on the right. He wasn't radicalized to the
No, he was a liberal. Okay, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't expect Tim Pool to do research and actually know what he's talking about. I shouldn't be surprised. That's on me. I'm sorry. He was a liberal who got pushed down. Faraday is who he's talking about. Faraday was a liberal who got pushed down this rabbit hole of right-wing politics on YouTube, where the majority of what he was consuming was right-wing content. This doesn't represent his beliefs. These are the videos he was watching. How is he so dumb he can't read the graph? Ariel Fernandez with the $2 says, "Chat, the United Civilist Socialist States works too." I mean, you're not wrong. Someone should tape a note that says "kick me" to Tim Pool in Minecraft. In Minecraft, obviously. The right can't graph. The right can't understand graphs, clearly.
right. In fact, it shows over time he became left-wing with the intellectual.
Can I get a hypers in chat if you've seen Faraday Speaks' video where he tells his story? Because Tim Pool didn't. He hasn't done research, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. You know you're getting destroyed by facts. Why are you doing the stream? Stupid leftist. I know, right? Okay, so we got a few hypers going on in chat. Seems like a lot of people have seen Faraday's video. But for those who haven't, it's very similar to my video on the escape of the alt-right rabbit hole. Someone may start out very apolitical or kind of a lefty, like a liberal or something, and they start watching YouTube, and the predominant existence of right-wing reactionary content on YouTube will send them down this rabbit hole where their beliefs are going to start getting warped by what they're watching. However, if you watch his video, Destiny, and he ends up discovering Destiny, who starts, like, destroying all of the arguments that he previously held, which he did a good job of. Yes, Faraday explained everything very clearly several times. If anyone still claims that Faraday's a grifter, or that Faraday has his story is out of whack, then you're just being dishonest, because basically, he discovered Destiny. Destiny kind of helped pull him out, and he started consuming less right-wing content and more left-wing content. A lot of, like, ContraPoints and stuff. But even then, he finds himself watching a lot of right-wing channels, even after being bread-pilled, because they're impossible to escape. Because a lot of non-political channels are still right-wing and have, like, a right-wing tinge to them, a little bit of a reactionary tinge. Yours and Faraday's videos are what helped me pull me out of being a reactionary. I'm glad, Irradiated Unicorn. That warms my heart. I'd like to say, though, being pulled from the alt-right rabbit hole and being bread-pilled are different things. I feel like a lot of people seem to think those are, like, synonymous. They aren't. They really, really aren't. Being bread-pilled would be, like, when you start, FitMC has to be a right-winger. I don't know. I really hope he's not. I want to get big enough that I can get FitMC on the stream sometime, and we can figure something out there. However, a lot of people clown down. Yeah, so basically, a lot of people that you may watch who aren't political leaning have a bit of a tinge of right-wing reactionary in them. So, like, you might watch ER's videos, for example, who is not a political channel, but he's a Nazi. And his stuff does kind of leak in there, and you can kind of tell, but his content is, I would argue, high quality. When you watch an ER video, it's very clear he puts a lot of effort into them, and someone who's not politically leaning will be able to watch these and enjoy them, even if they're a leftist, maybe. It may get to the point where they start to be like, oh, fuck, I can't support this person anymore, but you might be bread-pilled and still watch his content. Critical has some rather edged and right-leaning remarks in some of his otherwise apolitical vids. You're right, Darkosaurus. I do think Critical, who it's sad because he lives in Tampa, very close to me. I know where he lives. Hey, Cinny, I'm going to give you, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, like, your moderator flare isn't popping up for some reason. So I'm going to give you a different flare. I'm going to give you the admin flare. Talk again, Cinny. Yeah, I love Critical too. It's just kind of sad that he's definitely sort of a right-winger. And Anna, I'm going to give... Oh, there you go. You're in red now. Cool. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to give you the admin flare as well. If Anna... I don't know. I don't think Anna's watching. Anna doesn't watch my shit, but she's trustworthy enough. You are a mod, Cinny, so you are able to ban people and stuff. Gib flare. Yeah, you get the flare too. You get an admin flare as well, because you're trustworthy. Nice. Alright, cool. But yeah, so basically... Fuck, what was I saying? How did I actually forget what I was saying before? Well, yeah, you might watch his content and not... Yeah, Philip DeFranco is really annoyingly libertarian, you're right. But you might be watching his content... like, even Philip DeFranco's content, or more, well, we'll say ER, because I don't want to compare them. Like, you might watch ER's content for the non-political stuff, Critical's content for the non-political stuff. I watch Critical, even though he is clearly pretty right-wing. You know? So, yeah, I mean, the most that I can say is, it doesn't show, this isn't like a change, like showing that he was mostly watching right-wing stuff at the beginning. That's not a representation of his political views. That is a representation of what he's watching. What it's about is how his viewership changed. Oh, damn! 20 pounds? Hold on. I assume that's pounds. That looks like pounds. The symbol for pound is, yeah, those are pounds. 20 pounds. You just donated 20 goddamn pounds. Holy shit. And that is like, what, $25. God damn. HK with the $25 says, I had to give up trying to subscribe because of some error. So have this. You're great. Thank you, HK. I really appreciate it. I would have preferred if you donated through Streamlabs, but still fucking amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys keep the lights on for me and the internet existence so I can stream. I really appreciate that. No, that's $25, Willink my man. Yeah. But there is a way, Darkosaurus, if you can repost it, there is a way that if you want to sub to me, you can do it, despite the, like, weird glitchiness that's happening. Has White Nervosa gotten back to me? No, someone added me in Discord. Who added me? Pig Puncher, please watch this when you get the chance. It's hilarious. Oh, God. Okay. Griffin Gaming. Any channel with fucking gaming in the title usually ends up being pretty cringe. Yeah, PayPal will keep redirecting you to Vosh.gg. Just replace Vosh.gg with pigpuncher.com in the URL. It's literally that simple. Change the error from website pigpuncher.gg. Yeah, Anaya Sucks just posted it here too. I should probably give Anaya the notable thing, like the flare, but she's got the sub flare, and I want to keep her having that. Cirrus is here. Wait, where's Cirrus? Cirrus is in chat? Hold on, you're right. I gotta give Cirrus the notable rank. What the fuck am I doing? Holy shit. Am I a dumbass? How early on did Cirrus make an account? Has Cirrus made an account on the website? Yeah, you're there. I'm gonna give you the notable rank really quick, Cirrus. So your messages pop out, because you're a real one. Hold on. Where are you at? When did Cirrus make his account? It was somewhat recently, right? God, I almost saw that as ContraPoints for a second. Fuck, I almost freaked out. Let's see. You control F? Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Well, you're not on this page. There you are. Found you. Good idea, Cirrus. Wow, I'm an idiot. I'm going to give you the admin and notable flares. Cirrus, there you go. The Keto Comic with the $2 says, does Pool still claim to be moderate? Shaking my head. Yeah, he claims to be a centrist. He still claims to be a centrist. He's kind of a fucking idiot. He's a grifter. He's a complete grifter. Tommy the Dude with the Tier 1 subscription says, love the content, comrade. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the Tier 1 sub. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so there is a way you can sub. I'm still getting White Nervosa to kind of work it out because it still seems to be fucking up. But yeah, you can use that method that that people have been posting in order to get through the glitch and be able to sub. If you're going to donate like $5 or more, sub instead. It's the same thing as a donation, except you get a cool flare by your name, and you get to join the Pig Puncher Minecraft server. So it's just better in every way for you if you sub instead. So yeah, that's what I recommend. But yeah, let's continue.
Dark web being the first step in becoming left-wing. Why?
What did he just say?
Out on the right. He wasn't radicalized to the right. In fact, it shows over time he became left-wing, with the intellectual dark web being the first step in becoming left-wing.
He just claimed the alt-right rabbit hole makes you left-wing. That's what he just claimed. That's what we just watched, chat. We just watched a journalist who's done so little research that he thinks that, well, he doesn't know who Faraday is. He probably hasn't watched the video. He just claimed the right-wing rabbit, the fucking alt-right rabbit hole turns you left-wing. That's what we just watched. Do I need to bring up the clip, or do I need to bring up the Faraday video where he literally, hold on. Oh, brother. just to show how fucking little, Sensei, thank you for the sub, just to show you how little research Tim Pool has done. This video that now has 450,000 views, he couldn't watch this video. He couldn't be fucked to watch this video. Let's turn it on to like pretty high speed. We'll turn it on to 2x speed and just see what the basic idea of his video is, because Tim Pool doesn't research clearly.
Hi everybody, my name's Caleb. Welcome to my channel. So you can probably tell by the description on the video and the title what this is going to be about. So I'm just going to get right into it. I fell down.
Damn, he likes the Gorillaz too. The Gorillaz is my favorite band. Me and Faraday got to talk about that. I love the Gorillaz.
The alt-right rabbit hole. My story, it actually starts in high school. I was a young idealistic kid, very interested in ideas. I spent a lot of time on YouTube. I spent a lot of time on the internet and reading things. And in high school, I went through all different sorts of ideologies and different ideas. Some, conspiracy theories here and there. Some things that were real, different religions. And, I was just a very interested and curious person.
Serious, I could be a basic bitch and say Feel Good Inc., but I'm actually going to say Rhinestone Eyes. I actually really like... There's something about Rhinestone Eyes that I really, really enjoy. My second favorite would probably be Clint Eastwood. Third, probably Melancholy Hill. Melancholy Hill's really nice. There's just something about it where I can, like, literally just sit back and, like, play, like, a grindy game. Like, play some Minecraft while listening to Gorillaz. Gorillaz is really fun to listen to while you're, like, playing... You blame Toonami for that? Yeah, they played that a lot on, like, old Toonami. Dracula's good, yeah. 192000 is pretty good. Yeah, that's a good song. That's your favorite? Alright, yeah. It's pretty good. Not my favorite, but yeah. I'd say most people... The Gorillaz is funny because, like, you know a lot of their songs, but you probably don't know... Wait, it says join the Vosh Pit. Just make an account. It's a glitch. I'll get... Thank you for letting me know. I'll get White Nervosa on that. I like the world building in Gorillaz. Yeah, they're like world building of like the story is really cool. I like that. Yeah, Gorillaz is just my favorite. Yeah. All right, let's continue because he's going to say right here that he was we're only a minute and 13 seconds in. Tim Pool hasn't seen this far. If he'd seen this far, he would know that what he's saying in this video is completely wrong.
But one thing that was always true for me throughout high school when I was younger was I was always much a very liberal person. And school, I went through all different sorts of ideologies and different ideas, some, conspiracy theories here and there, some things that were real, different religions. And, I was just a very interested and curious person. But one thing that was always true for me throughout high school and when I was younger was I was always much a very liberal person, in the sense that any young person is.
Time, he became left-wing. Right. We noticed something really interesting. They claimed that it was radicalizing someone to the right. But interestingly, they included this timeline which shows he started out on the right. He
couldn't even do that much research. He couldn't watch 1 minute and 23 seconds into the video that they're talking about. In fact, he says this person... Because he doesn't even know the video they're referencing. He doesn't even know who the person is they're referencing. He doesn't know who Faraday is. Then I gave my artist gave me a computer for computing forever, a thick booty, and thumbnails. Like, what do I know? Oh God, fucking computing forever. Oh boy, I might be. You know what? It's very possible. That Vosh might be future me. It's very possible. There could be some weird time travel shit happening there. Well, you know my secret now. I don't really see myself ever having long hair, though, to be fair. I'm not much of a long hair guy. I'm very into short hair, plus Vosh has straight hair, so, I mean, I don't know. Pull is anti-art, anti-music, pro-fash. Basically, that's a pretty good summary. But yeah, as you can see, from just a minute and 30 seconds into this video, we can see that Tim Pool has done no research and has zero idea of what he's talking about. I've streamed with you both, but never at the same time. Time travel confirmed. That's true. You've ever seen us in the same room together? Never streamed with the... I'm actually going to be on Vosh's stream pretty soon. Me and Vosh are pretty good buds behind the scenes. I just haven't had a chance to have him on stream, and he hasn't had a chance to have me on stream. I actually have some pretty exciting collabs coming up. I'm going to have Zoda's Life. If you don't know who she is pretty cool. I actually discovered her through another person I'm going to be doing a collab with. Second Clancy. I really recommend Second Clancy. He's a pretty cool dude. Gonna have him on pretty soon. His girlfriend is probably still in the chat. I'm not sure. I haven't seen her talk in a little while, but she should be in the chat. So Second Clancy, Zoda's Life, going to be having her on at some point. I don't know if she's a leftist, but she used to do somewhat reactionary-esque, like, anti-SJW videos, but she was a liberal, like an actual liberal, but now she's gone back and, like, deleted them all, because she was like, oh, God, 2016 was a bad year for everybody, okay? I think we can all agree. So I'm going to be having her on pretty soon. I've got some cool collabs coming up. It's going to be exciting. I'm trying to collab with as many people as I can. I thought Clancy was anti-SJW. He was in 2016. He's not anymore. Apparently he watches a lot of my stuff and really enjoys it, so that's going to be exciting. Let's continue.
Radicalized to the right. In fact, it shows over time he became left-wing.
Because he started watching Destiny and ContraPoints and other left-wing creators instead of the fucking right-wing fucking intellectual dark web people. This is just proof. I love this. Someone clip this. This is just proof that Tim Pool doesn't do research. Ever.
With the intellectual dark web being the first step in becoming left-wing.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Fucking galaxy brain Tim Pool. Can we get some smooth brains in chat?
Why would the New York Times frame it in the inverse? Brett Weinstein tweeted, amazing. New York Times sees one man's YouTube history as Sunday front page above the fold material, as if nothing happened anywhere on Earth this week. In their story, the New York Times accidentally admits that far from being the gateway to the alt-right, intellectual dark web discussions rescue people from it.
Is this the same Brett Weinstein? Doesn't really look like it. Oh, yeah, that's him. Holy shit. I'm smarter than this guy. I'm smarter than this guy. I love it when someone who has, like, an insanely in-depth, like, education or something... I'm smarter than this guy. This guy, who is a fucking American biologist and evolutionary theorist, I'm smarter than him. I have better critical thinking skills than him. Whew. Oh, brother. Oh, okay. Here's an interesting video. Speak of the devil, how demonizing whiteness spreads white supremacy. Okay, yeah, I think we have an idea of what this guy is all about. Yeah, I'm smarter. I'm smarter than Brett Weinstein. He was also on Joe Rogan. Okay. Oh, brother. Oh, Jesus. Are academics really allowed this man to be educated? To be this educated? Yeah. Oh, brother. How am I so much smarter than these people? I'm 19 years old and I'm smarter than these people. It makes me feel good. It makes me happy. Well, it makes me sad, but also okay.
The reason I bring this up, there is a war. It's beginning. It's getting worse. Let me show you more evidence. I can tell
Fuck, I gotta play some dramatic music for this. Like, can we play some, like, Lord of the Rings music for this shit? Oh, fuck. Hold on. This is LARPy. Fuck, where is it? Hold on. Fuck. Where, hold on. What's a good bit of music from, Lord of the Rings or something? We'll do the, fucking, fuck, I know the name of it. We'll do the Isengard theme.
Tell you exactly why we are starting to see this. Actually, I can tell you my opinion as to why I believe we're starting to see this, and some strange questionable behaviors surrounding these hit pieces. Now, I've gone over this to great detail in the past several videos, but I believe it's important to highlight again, specifically to highlight how the initial narrative is that extremists and bigots are radicalizing young men for profit, the making of a YouTube radical, and they show you these figures. Yet, in reality, the timeline they post in the article shows the inverse. They lied on their front page story. Why? I believe I know why. Take a look at this story that's been going around. Another hit piece from the New York Times against Google in just the past couple days? What?
Okay. I love how he's really overusing the word hit piece, huh? You want to talk about words like Nazi getting overused to the point where they mean nothing anymore? Talk about words like hit piece and fake news. Holy shit. I feel cringy using the words fake news and hit piece now because they mean nothing now. This is an example. Because I feel like when I'm talking about it, some Trump supporter is going to hear me say fake news and think I'm talking about CNN, when in reality I'm talking about something like, what was that one news organization that Facebook banned because they're literally anti-vaxxers and flat earthers and shit, and QAnon psychopaths and conspiracy theorists. Oh, fuck. Tim Pool's such a LARPer. That was a good little segment. He's LARPing pretty hard. He's dog whistling. He's LARPing. He's clearly a right winger. He claims to be a centrist. He's clearly a right winger. Don't take any natural news. You're right, Katach. We actually had someone in YouTube chat say something smart. Yes, natural news. Thank you. Sorry, you're in the Chud chat, so I usually don't even look down there. All right. Lefty, when you get the error replace. Oh yeah. Irradiated Unicorn just posted it right here. If you want to sub on the website, unfortunately, there's a bit of a glitch happening. Where when you go through the PayPal stuff, it takes you to an error where instead it says vosh.gg. In the thing, when it says that there's an error, just replace the vosh.gg with pigpuncher.com. It's that simple to fix. Just do that if you want to sub on the website. I prefer if you guys sub instead of donate. Not that I'm not grateful either way, but I prefer subs to donations because it's like pretty cheap. It's like if you're gonna donate $5, why not just sub and get like the cool like color and the name and the cool icon, and it's just better in every way for you and for me if you sub instead. So yeah, if you wanna sub on the website, that's how you do it to get past that error. Just replace vosh.gg with pigpuncher.com. The reason why it says vosh.gg is because White Nervosa made both of our websites kind of like using the same sort of thing. So yeah. He doesn't look at peasants in Chud chat. I kind of do, but, you know, it's mostly Nazis in YouTube chat. It takes a little bit more effort to come to the website chat, so you don't see very many Nazis here. Any chance I'll set up a Patreon? No. I'm going to be honest. I don't see myself ever making a Patreon. It's just, I don't do it. I just don't want to make a Patreon, to be honest. Lefty with the tier 1 subscription says, found you chatting in Vosh livestream, loving your content. Thank you. I'm glad you found me through Vosh. I appreciate the tier 1 sub. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. It's like when I feel like Patreon would just make me feel too selloutish, and I get a lot of chuds that I debate and argue with who like to say Faraday is a grifter because he has a Patreon. Like Flamenco makes that claim, and I really don't like that. I don't want that to be able to be levied against me no matter how little water that claim holds. I don't know. You get monthly money. Yeah, but I get that from my website subs, and it's a bit more beneficial for you guys. If you guys sub on the website, it's like the same thing as the Patreon, except, well, by their logic, yes, you would be a grifter, Cirrus, because they're Nazis. But yeah, I mean, I don't operate under that. But I don't want the Nazis to be able to hold that over my head. But with my website, it's basically the same thing. I make the money, and you guys get more out of it. It's just better in every way.
Why so much hit? Why?
Fuck. God. Holy shit. Also, my dog is having a freak out. Hold on. I gotta check on my dog for a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, folks. Don't look at my boxers, because I don't stream in pants. Emmy, oh, what the fuck? Emmy, goddamn. Alright. How did you get stuck in there? What the fuck? Emmy? Oh, God. I'm gonna have to bend these bars like fucking... How did you get stuck in here in the first place, Emmy? What the fuck? There you go. Alright, go back to your room, Emmy. Jesus Christ. Ah. That's just great. Okay. My dog, I have these, like, a dog, like, gate blocking, my dogs from coming into my side of the house through my hallway, and so, I've shown my dogs on stream, and so, it's like these bars, and they're pretty thin together, but I have a very small dog. She's a teacup Yorkie, so she managed to squeeze through the bars to get through the dog gate, and then tried to come back around when she saw my doors shut. And so she tried to get back through and got stuck. So that noise that I was hearing was her trying to get back out. So I had to bend the bars open, which is not easy. It's like the fucking scene from Unbreakable. And... oh, God. But I got her out. We need a doggo emote. I have 2 dogs, so it's like, yeah, I got her out there. She's good now. God, and I've got a mosquito flying around my room, too. God damn it.
Why so many smears, New York Times?
They're not smears. They're not hit pieces. They're talking about a real thing. The right-wing rabbit hole is real. It just is. I just have a Patreon. Oh, yeah. I can understand that. I just have a Patreon policy where I donate to other creators when I get money, so I wanted to see if it would work with donations to you and through that mechanism. Yeah, there's just something about Patreon I don't feel very comfortable about personally. I literally don't care about other people having Patreons. Like, it doesn't bother me. Obviously, I don't think you're, like, a grifter or anything, Cirrus. That would be pretty crazy if I did. But, I don't know. There's just... with the website, it just feels like they did yeet Sargon off, and that's something I appreciate. I just feel like with my own website, there's something about it that just feels better. I would rather people be subbing on the website and getting more out of it than donating to donating to the Patreon. Plus, they get more out of it. You know, it's just better. Bradley Coe, you seem to be new. You're in the Chud chat on the YouTube right now, though. Come to pigpuncher.com/live. Make an account and use the cool chat on the website. As you can see, we got all sorts of cool emotes and stuff. I actually read this chat. It's way better. I definitely recommend it.
There were 3 smears against the New York against you.
Talk about overusing words. Holy shit.
YouTube from the New York Times in one day. There was a story
that was
published
smear.
That was quite literally just a Slack. I believe it was a Slack message between 2 personalities about how YouTube doesn't enforce its rules properly, something like that.
They don't. There's plenty to criticize YouTube on. These aren't smears. Wait a second. So wait a second. So if a news organization covers a serial rapist who's like running around like, I don't know, New York City or something, like mass raping people, is that a smear on the rapist? Is that a smear on the criminal? Covering a story on someone when it's true, it's not a smear. They're just covering something shitty someone's doing. So does he not know what the definition of a smear is? Take a shot every time he says hit piece. Don't. Chat, don't do it. Don't take a shot every time he says smear or hit piece. You will literally fucking die, and I don't want to be responsible for that. Wait a second. Pump Action Musket, didn't you sub on the website? Why don't you have a flare on your name? What? I could have sworn Pump Action Musket's a subscriber. Hold on. Let me check on Streamlabs. Who's subbed today? Lefty, Tommy the Dude. Pump Action Musket. Yeah, tier 2 subscription. What the fuck? You don't have a flare next to your name, even though you're a tier 2 sub. This cannot stand. This cannot stand. We gotta get him that flare. I don't know why it didn't pop up. I'm gonna have to let White Nervosa know that tier 2s aren't getting their flare when they sub. He's not on this page. Oh yeah, Pump Action Musket must be an early on meme. There you are. Okay, I'm gonna give you a flare. Oh yeah, Atheist Rationale. I gotta give you the notable. I can find you now with that. Subscriptions. Yeah, you're tier 2, and a recurring tier 2 nonetheless. Wait, it's pending. That's why. I guess it's pending for some reason. Okay. I don't know why it's pending, but it's probably on your side. Som, come to the website. Don't use the Chud YouTube chat. Come to pigpuncher.com/live. The chat's way better here. If you haven't been around for a while, Som, but yeah, come here. Yeah, I don't know why it would be pending Pump Action Musket, but yeah, You've had trouble with PayPal? Okay. If you can get that to work, then it'll go through. But yeah, it's that's probably why. Okay, good. It's not a problem on our end, but let's see. Atheist, where are you, Atheist Rationale? Fuck. It's nice having our own website, but holy shit, does it get annoying sometimes having to do this manually instead of just like right-clicking the name and giving it the rank. We'll see at some point if White Nervosa... Lupin with the tier 1 subscription, thank you. Says, keep up the fight, friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for the tier 1. Wait, what? Wait, I just went through all the pages and you're not on here, Atheist Rationale. Atheist Rationale, I hate to say it, but I don't think you exist. I'm going to see what I can do about this off stream, and I'll get you that rank, okay? Atheist Rationale, I promise. We have to head off screen, because for some reason, you're just not popping up in the Control F thing.
There was another piece, which is a write-up on the same thing, 3 times in one day. And then we see this from the New York Times. Google made $4.7 billion from the news industry in 2018, study says. Now, again...
Okay. This isn't a point on your side, Tim.
Let's be very, very clear. There is no grand conspiracy, okay? This is the important...
You've been saying there's a grand conspiracy the entire fucking time. Why do you keep saying there's a conspiracy, but then saying, I'm not saying there's a conspiracy, but there's a conspiracy?
Part, and the biggest thing to stress. There are not people behind the scenes twirling their mustaches, planning how to destroy YouTube and Google.
Well, I mean, they're not, but you're saying there are. Oh, fuck, I just cracked my neck and it was amazing. Hold on, can I do it on this side too? Oh, I did. Holy shit. Could you guys hear that? Were you guys able to hear those cracks in my neck there? Because those were amazing. That's the first time I've been able to crack both sides like that. Oh, fuck. Oh, it felt good. Oh, man. Where's my chiropractor license? Oh, God, I might have just fucking nutted in my pants. Yeah, there were some pretty thick, deep cracks, too. And they were, like, the ones that are, like, right up here, too. Like, not like, in the bottom of your neck or, like, in the middle, but, like, up there. Like, right where the base of where the spine meets the base of your skull. Like where, when you've got, like, a neck ache, that was the spot. And oh, that felt really good. I'm sorry. Whew. God, that felt good. All right, let's continue.
Google and hurt YouTubers and creators.
Wait, do we have a Nazi in chat? Someone said Nazi. Oh, don't worry, Kibbles. I'm very careful with it.
Just dominoes falling over. This system is entirely predictable. I said this was going to happen because...
What he says, he literally says, it's just dominoes falling over. You know, it's not a conspiracy where, you know, the media's trying to take them down. But, you know, I mean, there's sort of a grand scheme of, you know, the dominoes are falling over. That's all I'm saying. Not a conspiracy, but, you know.
Out of sight, out of mind, and I can only imagine the inverse would be true. When the only thing these journalists hear about all day is how they're losing views, they're laying people off, their salary...
They're switching to... They're switching to YouTube. They're doing just fine. Vosh and Pig Puncher stream when? Soon, TM. I promise. It'll come soon.
Are collapsing.
My name is in all caps now because there's just... Let's be honest. Can we... Hold on. Does this not look better than just all lowercase? I feel like it being all caps kind of looks a bit better. It pops out more. It's a bit more official. I kind of like it more. My name has in the past always been lowercase Pig Puncher, but now it's capital. So I like it. I like it all in caps. It makes it so it looks a little better when it comes to my logo, which is just Pig Puncher all in black. So yeah, it just looks better. There's just something about it I prefer.
The Vox Union walked out. They're not getting paid enough. And us here on YouTube are doing better and better every day. Who do you think they'll be...
That's why they're switching to YouTube. I mean, they're doing it.
...angry at? So no, they're not going to meetings and planning what to do, but their minds are all falling into the same place as they lose their jobs. This story emerges. Google made nearly $5 billion from the news industry, study says.
Also, I wouldn't take anything he says seriously, considering the fact that, like, he's been wrong on everything. Oh, yeah, no, Vosh has already confirmed me and him are... Vosh is coming onto the official Pig Puncher Minecraft server. We're going to... Cirrus, you are too. Get yourself a Minecraft account. It's $26.95. Vosh has already confirmed that we're going to do like a Minecraft Let's Play stream where we talk about leftist politics and we play on the official Pig Puncher Minecraft server, which, if you are a subscriber on the website, I'm switching it to be only subscribers, not donators. I want to incentivize subscriptions and not donations. If you're a subscriber on the website and you give me your name on the website, I will whitelist you on the Pig Puncher Minecraft server and you'll be able to play with me and Vosh and everybody else who's subbed as well. I'm going to have some other people on there. Fratanga Plays is going to be on there too. It'll be exciting. Heck, I guess on the 21st I'll buy Minecraft when Daddy YouTube pays me. Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. The ultimate superpower is in the server now. GG. Yep. Oh yeah, Communist is super powerful on the server right now. We might end up by the time Cirrus and Vosh come around, we will probably reset the server and put it on a new version or something, because it's like people are starting to like finish Tekkit right now and they're getting to the end there. Contra is going to be on there. I mean, we can try. I'd love to get Contra points on the fucking Minecraft server. Imagine if we fucking played Minecraft with Contra points. That'd be insane.
Who cares? It's called the future. It's called technology. Why are they angry?
They aren't, because they're joining the technology. They're adapting, just as they always have.
Let me show you. Quote. So it's not a direct quote, but it says, "The journalists who create that content deserve a cut of that $4.7 billion."
This is a criticism of capitalism, my dude. I think Tim Pool is getting mad at, like, the media when he should be getting mad at capitalism. This is a capitalism problem, not a media bad problem. How does a criticism of capitalism turn into fascism, which is part of fascism is silencing the media? Orange media bad. Tim Pool undercover communist. I would fucking hope. Yeah, milkshake the capitalist radiated unicorn.
Said David Chevron, the president.
I could probably get Shoe on Head on Minecraft. Hold on. Hold up. Hold on. There we go. She follows me on Twitter. She responds to my tweets sometimes, so I guarantee she'll at least respond. If she says yes, that'll be fun. Get Andy Ngo on the server so we can throw snowballs at him in Minecraft. That'd be pretty fun. Pig Puncher should ride dick properly, and how to give good head. Bakura98. I'm straight, so that's not really something I'm interested in. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
And chief executive of the Alliance, which represents more than 2,000 newspapers across the country, including the New York Times.
Oh, shit! Fucking New York Times destroyed. Fuck, hold on. I got like, fucking something in my eye. Holy shit. Oh, I got it. Amazing. Oh, okay. This is a criticism of capitalism. This is capitalism's fault, clearly. They aren't paying their workers. Don't deny being pan. I'm not. Let's continue. This is... Whew, brother.
Can you see it now? A statement from someone who represents the New York Times saying, we deserve a cut of that money, Google. The money is ours. Does the New York Times deserve a cut of that money? No, of course not. Absolutely not. The information economy has changed. It used to be that back in the day,
Is he not understanding that this is a problem with capitalism? We deserve a cut of that money sounds very socialist. You're right, Cyrus. What a concept. Cyrus, you're right on that one. He's arguing, he's angry at capitalism, and he doesn't know it, because capitalism good is so ingrained into your head. Like, everyone has issues with capitalism, but they don't understand it. He's literally advocating for redistribution of wealth. You're right, Cyrus. That's what he's arguing for. Fucking Tim the Socialist, goddamn.
Publish a statement, you needed a platform. You needed one of these.
Yeah, you're right. And he's not making a coherent point. He's just angry. He's literally fuming.
These companies, the newspapers. And the newspapers were very, very important for the local markets. And I do lament their demise, but times change.
No. Listen to me, Timothy Pullington. Listen to me here. When the media first became a thing, it was usually by, like, way back in the day. What you would get your news from would be like a fucking town crier with like a fucking bell in his hand. You got a little dude with a fucking bell. I can't draw for shit, but imagine this is a person, you know? You got a little person with a bell in his hand, you know? Fucking ringing a bell, screaming the news out to the fucking people. That was how the media first started, okay? That was how the media and first started out. Bradley Co, just go to pigpuncher.com/live, click on make an account or sign in, and just sign in with Google, and you're good. Started out with like a town crier, screaming out to the people, all right? Then when print became a thing, you got newspapers, and you had like a newspaper boy on the corner handing out newspapers, or even if you were a bit more wealthy, you could probably get somebody. Oh, I'm covering up the town crier. Hold on. Fuck. Move the face cam. Yeah, let me move the face cam really quick. Do you see what I'm talking about? The town crier sitting here, fucking screaming out with the bell and everything. That's what it used to be, okay? That's how people used to get their news back in like medieval times and shit. All right, that's how it used to be. And then, boom. Fuck. Almost got it. Boom. All right. And then I want to do webcam. I hate moving my webcam around because it fucking... I wish I could make it all one entity. That the webcam and the border. Fuck, it's fucked now. God damn it. Okay. You had like a town crier, all right? Then we switched to print newspaper. And then the radio became a thing, all right? Mind you, up until this point, media was not dying. Media started moving to like print, and then started moving to radio when radio became a thing, and then the TV became a thing, all right? and people stopped listening to the radio and started getting their news from TV, now YouTube and phones is just the next fucking... I can't draw, I'm sorry. YouTube and technology, computers and shit, phones and whatnot, this is just the new fucking wave of getting news. Fucking computers and online media. It's just the next wave. The media, mainstream media isn't dying, okay? Mainstream media isn't grasping for fucking relevance. That's not what's happening here. It's just not. That's not how the evolution of media through technology works. It didn't die when print happened, didn't die when radio happened, didn't die when TV happened. It's not going to die because YouTube's happening. They're just going to move to YouTube. It's going to adapt. That's how media fucking works. Okay. Oh, brother. I don't know why I have to explain that to fucking Tim Pool, somebody who's been involved in media for, like, fucking, I assume, over a decade, but that's where we're at right now.
And the correct response should be, we need to innovate and figure out how to solve this problem.
They are. They literally are. They literally are.
Instead, they do what most industries do. It's like Netflix and Blockbuster. You had an opportunity to get on board. New York Times.
They are getting on board. They literally are. Hold on. New York Times is a YouTube channel. Yeah. Almost 2 million subscribers. They've gotten on board. They're doing it. They're doing it. So do some research, please, Tim Pool. Just do some research. Look how quick it took for me to do that. To figure out Vice and New York Times and all of these fucking media outlets have YouTube channels. They have their presence on other websites like Twitter and Facebook. They are making their money. They're making the transition. Blockbuster died out because they stayed pretty fucking... I mean, there is still one Blockbuster left in the world, I think. But they stayed pretty, like, stubborn. Like, nah, we're staying with, like, physical media. And then fucking Redbox took over. Netflix took over. Okay, let's continue. Does he not realize you have to phase your old media? Yeah, you kind of have to phase out the old media as the boomers die out and start prioritizing the new form, you know? Like, obviously when, yeah, okay, let's just continue. Newspaper dies with the boomers. Basically, yeah.
You could absolutely have your individual journalists set up YouTube channels and do what we do.
Well, I mean, yeah, and some of them do. Does Carlos Maza have a YouTube channel? He might. But that's more of like a private thing. You can't make your, He had a TED Talk. How neutrality is making us dumber. I'm going to watch this later. That's actually very, very good. No, you can't make your fucking employees have their own separate YouTube channels. It's better to just have a YouTube channel for your company, like Vox and Vice and New York Times and whatnot. I don't think Pig Puncher put in his description. Bradley Coe, yes I have. Look at the description at the very bottom of my website, pigpuncher.com. Right here, you can see it. It's okay though. Once you join the website, your IQ immediately jumps by like 1 billion.
Instead, they aim to take us down. Why? Because they don't
They aim to take us down. You keep saying there's not a conspiracy, but you keep saying there's a conspiracy. I don't understand.
know how to do what we do. They're relics of yesterday, and they're going to lose their jobs, and there are problems with this system. It is bad that journalists lose their jobs. Unfortunately, the emotional response is entirely predictable.
They're just switching. He's just repeating the same shit over and over again. God, Tim Pool's so fucking boring. Are you guys enjoying this? Are you guys enjoying this in chat? Do you enjoy watching? I'm switching my webcam back down because I'm tired of seeing that little bit of webcam peeking out. Now, you guys aren't enjoying it? Should I end the stream? Because I'm getting fucking bored of Tim Pool. He's so fucking boring and unpleasant to listen to. Holy shit. Most unpleasant boomer baby in the fucking world. Holy shit. How does he have viewers? Like, how does he have fans that, like, enjoy his content? Blows me the fuck away. Oh, brother. Should we sort of phase our way into the into like the Q&A section of the stream where I play some music and you guys ask me questions. Oh yeah, we gotta watch Pump Action Musket's clip. Pump Action Musket, send your clip, okay? We'll put on some music. Okay, here's the clip. Let's see. I want to see this.
Greg Palcott is live in Lyon. Hey, Greg.
Guess what? History has just been made, Arthel. We are here in a sports bar in Lyon, France. Here, listen to it. Said we are in a sports bar. We were going to be outside. We were going to be looking at a screen with the football team there. But in fact, that game was canceled by the officials because they were worried about security measures. So the American fans here, they came in from that location over to the sports bar, and it's been a great, crazy time here watching history being made. That women's soccer team, listen to it all, that women's national soccer team winning for the...
That's fucking great. Oh, brother. That's so fucking good. That's so fucking good. Holy shit. Just chanting fuck Trump. They are true patriots, yeah. Song requested from yesterday? Okay, Atheist Rationale, let's watch this.
Some orange fucker with too much on his palate be stepping on my gay agenda. To make people free, to get rid of capitalism, to kill these fucks. In flames you rise, in pains we geezers stand against the patriarchy. Peace is illegal in a world with some Italian wannabe rubbing his fascism on my plate. Give me a gun, give me a place, give me a date. Take these fuckers out, drown out his lies with a bullet between his eyes. Give him in front of the Pope. Separate the church and state and have an idea to rationalize these redneck conservatives cooking their own in a world where daytime talk shows run our lives.
I like the lyrics, is all I'm gonna say here. I really like the lyrics, okay? I agree with the lyrics.
Revolution calls you young women and men and non-binary all to kill our prison wardens, tear down the walls, demasculate the ones in charge and break down their balls. Hate the state and the ones they imprison, like my buddy Mark who sold weed and got locked in. Fuck that shit, I want a place to live. My friends can smoke pot and not get incarcerated. I want a world where I don't have to look behind me on the street to know that I am safe. I don't have to act all manly to prove that I am brave. Schizophrenic or not, I've been taught to hate totalitarianism. That's not a bad thing, and I'm sure it's not a schism. I want a world where I don't have to look behind me on the street to know I'm safe. And I have to act all manly to prove that I am brave. Schizophrenic or not, I've been taught to hate totalitarianism. And that's not a bad thing. That sure isn't a schism.
Very good song. I like it. Gets a like. Okay. Really quick, though. Totalitarianism, yeah. Hold on. Fuck, there's a song... Hold on. It kind of reminds me of this. It kind of reminds me of this. This is Stephen Paul Taylor. I've only know this one video from him, but it was worth subbing for me, because... He does some fucking, like, 9/11 truthing in the song, too, but it's still a pretty good song. Hey, Pig Puncher, what is your opinion on Joe Rogan? I don't like him, because he's kind of a fucking dumbass, and he has all sorts of chuds on his stream, and he's the biggest podcaster in the world, and he gets a lot of people in his, he sends a lot of fucking memers who just like to watch Joe Rogan down the rabbit hole, which is unfortunate. You watch one Joe Rogan video, and you're fucked. You are fucked. What is your opinion on Steven Anderson? Fuck Steven Anderson. Hold on. That is who you're thinking of, right? He's the Nivby guy, right? Yeah, oh god, fuck. Oh, I would commit political violence so fucking hard on him in Minecraft. Do you know about Cult of Dusty's music? I do, and he's done some good shit. So is Vadim. Vadim's done some good shit as well. But yeah, Cult of Dusty's, he's done some good music. Watch this. Steve Anderson just needs to just not alive. He does. He really does. Okay, here's a good song. Okay.
Back to leftist infighting, the biggest, but definitely not the only show where leftists bicker about dumb shit.
I'm sorry. I can't, my left ear is really enjoying this video. My left ear is really enjoying this. Oof. Oh boy, really enjoying that right here in my left ear.
Instead of doing anything, I'm your host, Post Left, but you can just call me Post Host.
Oh, that's the joke? Okay. I was about to say.
Destroying capitalism and banding people together through collective
That's the joke. That's clever. Okay. Alright.
Authoritarian left. Actually, I prefer statist left.
I should sub the J-Rig, I guess.
Right, it's a meaningless label, no one gives a shit. And the ideology that advocates for change happening on the level of the individual, the anti-statist libertarian left. Actually, I'd prefer if you called me Noam Chomsky 2.0. No. Today on the show, we'll be discussing how all of
I'll watch this off stream. I don't want to, you know. How you become a leftist after coming out of the rabbit hole? How did I become a leftist? I'll explain that in a minute. What's my favorite genre of music? Okay, no specific genre. That's why my favorite band is Gorillaz, because I don't staple myself to a specific genre. I like a lot of different music. How did I become a leftist? I would say the person who probably taught me the most about leftism is American Johnson of Non-Compete. Before stumbling across his stuff, I was very much a liberal. However, he did a lot of videos that were just like, he shit on liberals a lot and kind of showed where liberals tend to side with fascism a lot. And I was just like, I don't feel comfortable calling myself a liberal anymore. Like, my beliefs have gone so far behind this. It wasn't so much that he taught me the beliefs that, like, my beliefs had gone past liberalism, but I still called myself a liberal. So I was like, why the fuck do I still call myself a liberal? So that's when I kind of learned what leftism was, like going past liberalism, and just kind of learned to kind of move past liberalism, because I realized liberals are fucking cringe at a certain point. I don't want to, like, have a carbon copy of Destiny's beliefs, because Destiny seems incapable of having good takes now. But I think I'm going to start, I'm going to start answering Q&A questions. If you guys want to ask me questions, I'm going to start answering questions, and then I'm going to listen to music, answer some questions, and then start wrapping up the stream in a little bit. So start sending questions my way, okay? I'm going to bring up my music playlist real quick. Hurry up. Wait, was this warning? Channel violations, active community guideline strikes? What have I done? What the fuck? What have I done? See details? Geeks and Gamers is obsessed with Brie Larson. Violation of YouTube's policy on hate speech. YouTube does not have an agenda or bias against left or right. They ban certain topics. I talked about racism or something in that video, and they gave me a strike. That's how it works. I'll have to probably delete that video, which sucks, but yeah, that's gonna suck. Gotta delete that video. I didn't say anything violent about it. I never said I wanted to attack Geeks and Gamers, but yeah, I'll have to delete that video. Gotta make that strike go away. Will the strike go away if I delete the video, or what? Should I delete the video? I don't know about that, chat. Yeah, I just realized that. Damn, it won't? Okay, so I'm not gonna delete it then. Will I get in trouble for not deleting it? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just YouTube has a shitty algorithm. I'll try to dispute it, but strikes, when you dispute strikes, it's a much bigger deal. it won't go away and deleting it makes it harder to appeal. Oh, I'm gonna appeal it then. I'm gonna repeal it. Okay. Should be in my fucking video manager. I'll do it off stream, but yeah. We are at 9,813 subs, so we're getting there, everybody. We're getting to the big fat mo fucking 10K. We'll turn it down a bit. Okay, so you don't have any specific favorite genre, but do you like any metal? There's a bit of metal that I like. 2K in the last month. Great job, Pig Puncher. Yeah, the growth has been insane. It's been pretty damn good. I'm gonna turn this down a bit more. I don't want it to be too loud. Tweet it out, and we'll make sure the false strike gets noticed. Okay, yeah, I'll tweet out about it after the stream. Do you know Flea Market Socialists? I don't. Pig Puncher, heavy stuff. Why did you choose to cut your hand off? Well, okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, back in very early 2018, I went through some tough times back when I had first started my YouTube channel and I was doing Minecraft Let's Plays. Went through some really tough times, and I tried to kill myself by taking, like, a butcher knife and trying to cut off my whole left hand. I ended up going to the hospital, and they fucking sewed the shit back on. I think I have a picture somewhere on my computer of what it looked like when it was sewed on. But to give you an idea of what it looked like, actually, it looked like... Right? It looked like this when you get your hand stapled back on in Resident Evil 7. Where is it? Like, I guess here's a more high-res version. That's what it looked like. However, I got help, and I'm doing a lot better, obviously. I am currently the happiest I've ever been in my life. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I literally wake up every morning with, as the All-American Rejects song, Gives You Hell says, a smile on my face. So I obviously have no issues now. I'm very happy. I did not turn away help. And I got help. I went to therapy. And I was good. How close to dying? I bled out to the point where I went unconscious. And I got hauled off in an ambulance. And I got like a $5,000 hospital bill. So that sucked. That guy T, I don't know who that is. I think I probably do, but I don't remember. Yeah, it happened a while ago, Cirrus, but yeah, I'm better now. Obviously, now, if I had any issues with, like, mental health, I would be pretty open about it. I'm very forward with my issues in my personal life with you guys. If there was anything bad happening in my personal life, you guys would know. I fucking tell you guys. But I'm very happy with my life right now. I wake up extremely excited, I run to my computer, I check on my sub count, I get ready to stream or make a video. I'm very happy with my life right now. I'm not so depressed. I'm doing very good. Have you heard of Danov? He is a shitposter like Batco. Also, goodbye, Batco. Wait, Batco? What happened to Batco? People keep getting better like this is always the encouragement to me. Keep it up. Yeah, like if I was fucking like I tried to fucking just end it, dude. So if I can get better, you definitely can. Any thoughts on Bad Mouse? Who's Bad Mouse? I don't know who that is. You'll have to tell me. F Batco. What happened with Batco? He quit due to mental health issues? Oh shit. I'm gonna have to reach out to Batco. I'd like to, because I liked Batco's stuff. That sucks. Yeah, that really fucking sucks. NIFB. Go to Cirrus's channel and look up NIFB's gonna NIFB, okay? It was a good stream. Alright, everybody. That's going to be it for me today, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream. If you did, make sure you sub to the channel, leave a like on the stream on YouTube. You guys are the best. If you want to sub on the website, be sure to do it through there. Somebody in chat can post like an explanation on how to do it. All you have to do is when PayPal gives you an error, just replace vosh.gg with pigpuncher.com and you're good. I appreciate everybody who subscribes. You guys are the best. I love you all. Sleep tight. I'm not sleeping right now. What are you talking about? I just woke up 2 hours ago. But yeah, I love you all so much. You guys are the best. Pig Puncher, out.